Yo, what's good, motivators? Welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with 2J. And today we have a special guest. His name is FiveFullSummers. We've been friends for a very long time. So, yeah, stay tuned. Yo, thanks for joining, Five. What's good, man?
Oh, it's good, man. It's been a minute, bro. It's
Too
been a
long, bro.
minute.
It's been
Actually,
hours,
not
right?
that long, bro. It's been a minute since I've seen you.
Uh huh.
But I feel like we always sharing memes and shit, you know?
Definitely.
That's
We
how we
always do
communicate
some
these
stuff,
days.
bro. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like, in previous episodes, I was speaking about the beginning of my rap career and my move to Pretoria and the creation of Heat Mason and obviously the dismantling of the Heat Mason. But also I was thinking like, yeah, I was thinking like doing like some sort of to meet up with everybody and like speak about the past, present, and where we're all going. You know, like catching up, getting
Mm.
people. Yeah, maybe some people had some questions, but I do believe we were big back in the day as it makes sense. And also now in our individual parts, we're also getting like bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So in the beginning, like we met through what hip hop for you, right?
I'm not particularly sure which one of those forums it was because I was in so many of them at the same time.
Yeah,
But
and
there
you
were a few, man. There was Lava Lit, there was Hip Hop for You, there was come on, bro. Like there were a few, and I think this was even pre-Facebook.
yeah,
You know, this was before social media. Really, we were on these
mm,
forums, and I think that's how we met. But really, I would say that we really started to become acquainted on Facebook because, bro, on those forums, it's just a name. Like as much as you might even know where the person is from, like country wise,
mm-hmm,
you have no idea about who they really are as people. You know what I mean?
true,
We had
mm-hmm,
no idea. And so it's only when we moved to Facebook that we started to become more acquainted with one another. I mean, even with Hit Mason, man,
mm-hmm.
um, I think about Slick Skills. And on those sites, bro, Slick Skills, I would have expected him to be like a proper hip hop head,
True,
um,
true.
100% in it, in the movement, backpack, you know. But when I met him, he's like this accounting looking guy.
I will, I will, I will. I even remember the message you sent me. It was like, dude, remember me, it's Cyclo. And I was like, who? And then like you had many names, but it took me a while to get like, oh, because I didn't recognize your real name. I don't even know how you figured out it was me. Oh, I was using my rap name, right?
Yeah, Harmonix. And but even beyond that, man, it was like it started to become very apparent because I think by the time we started speaking on Facebook, you had already connected with quite a few other people from those sites,
Mm,
you know. Because I
mm-hmm.
remember Neil was on there. I think you were following Neil or something. I'm not really sure. He was
Oh, yeah.
catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
Slick Skills. What's that other girl's name? Carla. You used to call her
Yeah,
Kachla.
yeah, yeah, you took a Kakla. There's still one guy I'm still trying to find you, but I didn't even know his real name was Underdog. Do you remember Underdog?
Nah, I
Hey,
don't.
dude, Underdog and I used to talk for so long.
Yo, I
Yeah.
man, there were too many people, man. But the thing is, at the end of the day, um, when I think about it, man, like when I was on those sites, the type of mindset that I had was like I knew these were people. I knew everybody was a person, but I don't know, man. Like it didn't register in my mind that these were people, like real people, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I think it made it easier to like say what we were saying when we were battling each other, you know, because like the more you knew about someone, the more you could use like personals against them, like personal attacks.
Very true, bro.
you know, and also the stuff that we used to say, man, like we were so in it, bro, and we were so
Yeah,
in
you
it.
like it.
I'm telling you, we were in it, and it was just like you just had to become like a ruthless person in that environment, because it's almost as
Mhm.
if, as much as you wanted to be nice to people, it wasn't that you were nice to people that you liked them necessarily. It's just that you respected them because they were
Mm.
skilled,
Mhm.
you know. And then I think when we started to connect with each other, that's when we started to really become like boys. That said, I still think about like where all these guys are now. Slick Skills, I haven't spoken to that guy in years,
Hey,
bro.
man. In years, I remember. I think he has like two kids now, and it's also older. Like it's been also a minute.
Yeah, man, just
How
all the gents that
people?
we started out with, Crossword,
Yeah.
you know.
Who's also? I sometimes wonder, Jenko and Relic, the two people that we like totally look up to. Like, who are they in real life? Because what if like Jenko is actually disaster or something? Like, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing that I always think about, man. Is like when I think about the guys on those platforms, they were so good that I would have expected them to be like real battle rappers, and it was always surprising to me to find that it wasn't like that in a lot of cases. Like I even think about Neil, right? Neil Igodaro, and
Yeah.
he was so good, dude. And then I later found out that he was in Nigeria, and he wasn't actually a rapper at all, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? Like, what kind of thing is this? It was its own thing then. That's the thing. It was like battle rapping on those sites was its own thing. It didn't mean that you were a rapper in the real world. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
even mean that you knew how to spit flows in the real world. It just meant that you had a finesse with wordplay,
Mm.
and you knew how to roast niggas.
Even Flow. I was surprised to see Flow is in you studying orchestral music. Like he has a qualification in orchestra.
Are you talking about
Matthew or something like that.
Matthew? Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
What was his other name?
Matt Hoffman, yeah.
No, no, no. His other rap name.
Hey, I don't know what Flow. I didn't know what
He
his
had
other.
another one, but yeah, that guy is a maestro, dude. That
Oh,
guy's a
Kira.
maestro.
Your name was also
Sorry,
Kira, right?
what was it?
Kira.
It might have been. I
From
don't. I
Deathmatch.
don't really remember.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. I'll ask him. But yeah, dude, he's like deep into piano and
Mm-hmm.
like classical music, and I think that in my opinion, dude, I think that he's just like a genius.
True. True.
I think he's
The
just a
way you
genius,
tell stories,
and
yes.
yeah, man, because even when he's a very like down to earth guy, he doesn't really. I don't know if he understands that like who he is in that way, but he might
Mm.
also, because man, he's just for someone to become that good at something like piano
Mm.
um, is a feat on its own, man. And then also the fact that he's just this white, awkward looking guy who's bro. He's just this guy, but he's like godly with lyrics, man. Like the way he used to put words together, it was just, man. I was very
Mm-hmm.
fascinated with those people, with everybody who comes from that time. Honestly,
Definitely. So how did it come? I'm trying to remember. How did it come to you moved in? Actually, you came to visit, right? And then the visit became like you moved in. There was like yo many years
yeah,
ago.
yeah. Because I came the first time to record some songs. Remember, I
Yeah.
recorded with Chef back when he
Mm-hmm.
was Chef. With Decency. Remember that tape, man? I don't even remember what that tape was
That
called.
was
The first tape.
the Hustle Ambition album.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about my tape where it had
Oh, the
that four
70s.
track was on there.
The
Put in
Bakery.
Work was on there. I don't remember, bro. But either way,
The
that's
I think it's 7 Day Croatia.
yeah, yeah. And yeah, man, I recorded that and then I came back to Durban and then I had these songs, and I was still working in ship repair. And I would just listen to the songs myself, really,
Mm,
because um back then, man, it wasn't like I could even just be sending my songs to my friends. Plus, I don't know. I don't think that they would have gotten it in the same way because I feel as if we were still so much further ahead with the culture, you know, just in terms of where the culture was in SA,
mm-hmm.
because we were still known as those guys, niggas, where they see us with we're walking
Now
around
yo
with the
yo,
straight cap and the baggy clothes, and we used to
hey,
say, we used to speak differently, move
I
differently.
remember when the girls in yesterday started from America.
Yeah, I remember that. And I don't want to name names. Um, but yeah, it just goes to show, man. It's like back then it was so much more different, and now it's almost as if the same people who would maybe mock you for the way that you spoke, the words that you used back then, now
Mm,
use those words.
definitely.
It's part of a common lexicon now. I don't want to say common because obviously, um, some of the stuff that we say is still more just very hip hop, and I would say more of the young people and maybe even just more people of color. I don't really like that
Mm-hmm.
term, but it's the best term we have, I suppose.
Away.
Um, but you feel me? Because I mean, we say nigger a lot, and we've always been saying that word.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, man, like I say it, but I don't like saying it. Do you know
Serious,
what I
really.
mean? Yeah, man. It's just like a vocabulary thing that's stuck in my mind now. How do I stop myself from saying it?
Mm-hmm. I know I say bra a lot.
Yeah, I say bro a lot, you know.
Away.
And dude is also a word that growing up I used to get a lot of flack for because apparently I'm not white enough or wasn't white enough to be using that word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy growing up as a colored person, eh?
Hey, bro. But I remember, like, other than music, you introduced me to so many things. Like, you introduced me to Avatar, the Last Airbender. You introduced me to Death Note. Let me say, actually introduced me to anime. Because I think the closest thing to anime that I ever watched was Dragon Ball Z. And you were like, dude, you need to watch Death Note. And I
Yeah,
was like,
Death Note,
amazed by that.
Naruto. We were watching Naruto together. We watched Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really got into that, bro. We really got into it. And I think it was because I brought the episodes with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because remember back then, bro, we didn't have like Wi-Fi and all of those things, man.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And
so
plus, we lived in like a golf estate. Like, we didn't have much to do. And the crazy things we used to catch up because we were bored, bro.
bro, bro, that was Wycliffe Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually there not too long ago in this year. I mean, a few months ago, I
Yeah.
was there.
Heavy.
And, for the life of me, dude, I kept trying to remember where it is in this complex that we lived.
Mm-hmm.
And I could never remember it, man. But I was at the park section and I remember that nonsense I caught on there, bro. I distinctly remember a time where I wore my pants as a shirt and my shirt as a pants and just walked
Definitely.
and just fucked those people that were there at the pool, man.
I remember like when we went night swimming, it was like 11 p.m. And then security was saying, we're making a noise. We have to leave.
Bro, bro, we caught on so much nonsense, man. And okay, so let me ask you this, bro. Let me ask you this. Um, we've been doing music for a long time now. Like, I mean, there was a point in time for many years, actually, maybe around 8 years,
Mm,
just around 8 years, where I stopped making music. That's a long time,
mm-hmm,
right? And I would say that there were definitely years in there where I hadn't even written a single lyric,
mm-hmm.
you know. So I wanna ask you, like, in terms of your journey with music, have you ever felt like you're just gonna stop?
Yo, dude, good question. Because there were times where, how can I say, there were times where people were trying to get me to stop.
Hmm.
Remember the whole G. Craig Lewis saga?
Yes, well, hip
Yeah,
hop, where hip hop was a demon.
yeah. So people were trying to get me to stop. And I was like, nah, dude, this guy he has an agenda with hip hop. Like, why you want to stop something that I can physically still do, which is use my mouth and my brain, and something that I
Yeah,
love to do with what? You can't
yeah,
stop me from doing this. There was the one example. And thank to my mom for actually saying that this guy has an agenda. Uh,
mm,
Secondly, it was more of sometimes it was like procrastination because like I'm a workaholic, bro. Like, remember, I used to drop like 3 mixtapes a year.
yeah, yeah,
So that has slowed down a lot. And I think in reality, because I've taken on more responsibilities, I actually understand now I need to slow down a bit more, even if it means dropping every second year. So that has come to like the, the reality of it. But also, I can't rap forever. That's why I have to like find other professions. But I think I'll stick to it as a like a mentor in some way. But I love rap, dude. I don't know if I'll ever
yeah,
stop.
man. I remember saying this to you before, like, um, because I do know that there are also people, I won't name names, there are also people that want you to, like, just not even make music, you know?
Mhm.
And I always thought to myself, like, I think number one, I do think that you would make a dope ghostwriter,
Mm,
right? Because your lyrics are still crazy.
mhm,
Um, but even if you're still making music for yourself, I always feel as if music, it doesn't have to be so married to capitalism, you know. And me, I'm not an anti-capitalist. Don't get it twisted, bro. Me, I'm a capitalist to the core. I'm not a communist or
yeah.
anything. Just want to put that out there. But
Mhm,
I don't believe that art necessarily has to live with capitalism. You know,
mm,
you can still make art because it is something that you want to express,
mm,
even if no one ever hears the song, even if 10 people hear it, even if one other person hears it, and whatever the case may be, or even
mhm.
if one person is affected and really enjoys it, that's just a bonus, bro. Because ultimately, the way I feel is, if an artist is making music or just creating their art and in their mind, they're thinking about who they're going to please with this art, they've already gone down the wrong direction,
True. So true,
you know?
bro. Like, um, I totally feel you on that. Like, what Kanye West says that he makes music for himself, and if you enjoy it, then it's just a added extra.
Yeah, exactly, you know. So and I suppose the reason I feel that way is because if you do things for people like that, if you make music for people like that, you're always going to try to follow some sort of something that's trendy, or you won't really necessarily be true to yourself. Or even if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it for money, you know, we
Mm-hmm.
we know, bro, as an artist, regardless of how underground you want to be or whatever, you still have to have those commercial songs,
Oh, wait.
you know. You still have to have those songs, because otherwise, bro, you're really just putting yourself in a weird position. And that's the kind of pressure that is just, or has always been strange to me. And it's really just because of platforms, man. It's the fact that there aren't there aren't enough platforms to cater to certain, I would even call, niches.
Very true, bro. If you think about it, I was watching recently a new show on Netflix called The Playlist. I'm not
Hmm.
sure if it's fictional or it's real, like based on true events. But what I got from there is that there came a point where you wanted to help artists, but then it became totally about capitalism, where artists like Taylor Swift wanted to leave
Hmm.
Spotify because she guaranteed $50,000 a day. She guaranteed that for Spotify.
Mm.
And investors wanted her to stay on, so they had to negotiate for Taylor Swift to get shares in Spotify, which is totally unfair to other artists. And then there was artists like getting 200,000 plays per month, but they could only
Hmm.
get $12 out of it, and they still gigging. Like a single mother that was like actually the lead of organization that's fighting against Spotify. But if you look at radio
Hmm.
stations like Hot 97, we actually had like segments like for niches. You had your underground shows, you had your commercial, you had your freestyle shows. Remember like Funk Master Flex and all of that started there.
Yeah, yeah.
So there, it's true, there is no platforms, like you said, that actually focus on niches.
But also, what you know what, man? This is another thing I've really been thinking about. Um, just the value of music. You know, we
Mhm.
price all songs the same. You know,
Mhm.
we think about it. If you were to listen to a song on Spotify
Mhm.
and you listen to a different song, the artist gets paid the exact same amount, regardless
Mhm.
of the song, right? If I listen to your song and I listen to Kanye West's song, it's equal,
True.
right? But
Mhm.
it could be that your song is better than Kanye's.
Yeah, very true. But it's all
You
about the
know,
marketing, I guess.
that's the thing. It's all about marketing and it's all about accessibility. And at the end of the day, bro, if you really think about it, that's what everything is. It's just branding and marketing, positioning. Because, bro, there's
Mhm.
no reason why an artist who sits down, like Russ, for example, and cultivates their own fan base won't make it. There's no reason why you won't make it.
True.
The only
And I
way that
cannot
the
say
labels
like,
can stop you is by
mhm.
blackballing you, but blackballing your music in the more traditional forms of media, and even maybe even on like Apple playlists and stuff like that.
Mhm.
They could make it so that you don't appear on those playlists or make it hard for you to get there. And you'll see that even on radio, where in order to get your song played, you got to pay the DJ. You know,
True.
it's the
True.
same type of shit, man. It's like in order for you to get into that system, you need to play by that system's rules, or you need to create your own system on the side that bypasses a lot of the nonsense. But that is a much more difficult task because
Yeah.
it requires you to be so invested in the business side of things. And most artists don't have the proclivity to do certain things like that. Like, I don't. I'm not really a business minded person. I need someone business minded around me to guide me.
I always found you as business minded, bro. Like you achieve so much. Like you even amaze me sometimes.
How so?
Like for example, when you started, you took on photography, right?
Hmm.
Like full time photography, and your
Yeah.
page is growing, and you're getting bookings. And I just find it like amazing. Like it's a very difficult like profession to take on, like full time, but as your only income. Like
Mm.
that's what I find amazing.
I mean, look, I will say this, right? before I started doing photography, I had the mindset that I wouldn't be able to make it
Mm.
as a photographer. That was my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. And the reason why that opinion existed is because I was well aware of the fact that I wasn't good at photography. I I was a software engineer, and
Mm-hmm.
I had become very introverted because of it, right?
Mm.
Um, I was more so indoors. I was actually very reclusive, man, and for the most part, I still am very reclusive. I stay indoors more than anything.
Mm.
Um, and I started to think to myself, why would anyone in Johannesburg want to shoot with me? First and foremost, I don't know anybody in Johannesburg like that. Everybody
Mm.
that I do know is basically like me, who just they don't know anyone. They're also just introverted, and I'm not that good. I I just couldn't see how I could make it work. So that's why in the beginning, when I not to say I didn't try, I did try hollering at models and stuff like that, and I'd get declined for different reasons. And and so I would just shoot like my friends, you know. I'll just take pictures of my friends, CJ, Inez, like whichever friend would kind of let me take photos of them. And for me,
Mm.
that was just practice. And then beyond that, I would shoot buildings, plants, animals, whatever else I could, and just edit those photos. And eventually, I got bored of that, man. I got so bored of that I put the camera down and started to gather dust for months, right? And
Mm.
essentially, I would actually say that at that point, I'd given up on photography. Like I had exhausted my interest in it because it's there was only so far I could go shooting trees, bro. I have zero interest in just shooting nature itself,
Oh,
you know. Um, and then at some point, man, we won't get into exactly how because I think you know that part of the story, but it hit me like,
mm.
yo, bro, Sheldon, you're being ridiculous, bro. First and foremost, the reason why it's like I was right. No one wants to shoot with me. No one would want to shoot with me. I was absolutely right. And the reason why I was right is because that was the thought that was in my head, right? That was the
Mm.
belief that was in my head. So
Mm.
there was a point where I had, I would say, an epiphany level revelation where it hit me like, no, it's this mindset that's holding me back. It's the mindset that is creating this outcome in the real world. This what is happening in the real world is a reflection of what's going on in my mind. And
Mm.
so if I change the way I think, the real world will begin to change on the outside. This is something that I had no evidence of at the time I was thinking of. I need to understand that. I had no
Definitely.
evidence. It was like a revelation that came from somewhere and I had no actual evidence. And I distinctly remember the day when the first day I bought a brand new camera for like I had spent, I think it was 13,500 in one go,
Mm.
like literally, boom! I bought a brand new camera for 12,500. I bought a new battery for 1,000 rand. So I had two
Mm.
batteries, one camera, and I went
Mm.
shooting around Johannesburg on this particular day. This was the day in November 2019 that I said I'm going to take photography seriously and I won't let anything stop me. And I was walking around with two other friends of mine, and I was beginning to tell them the way that I saw the world based on this revelation that I had a few days prior. And they just wouldn't understand me. Like, obviously, they were disagreeing with me because what I was saying did sound crazy. I'm saying that your thoughts influence reality, and
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. Like, it sounds crazy, and I realized that. And also, I had zero evidence. That's the thing. Like, I had no evidence for them. I was basically saying that this is the way I believe the world to work now. And months had passed, and one of the guys, actually, one of those friends that I had the conversation with that particular day, went to another friend of mine, a mutual friend, and said to them that I'm crazy. Like I've gone crazy because I was saying crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, she kind of like defended me, um, and said that I'm not crazy because she agreed with me, which is crazy in itself, man. That someone actually would agree with that type of thinking. And then
Mm.
months passed by, and it was like very rapid that I was growing, right? And not just I would say that my popularity, just in people's mouths, was more than what my social media was showing me. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm.
Because what I had realized was that there are so many people that don't engage with my page because of the type of content that I post, but they are
Mm.
fans of me. They just can't like my work because their girl might get upset, or whatever the
Mm.
case may be.
Mm.
Um, and so I started to see, like, just in the real world, like, people would come up to me. It's like, oh, you're FiveFullSummers. I love your work. And sometimes these people just would not be following me, bro.
Mm.
But they love my work.
That's deep,
Um,
bro.
yeah, bro. But then later on, that's one of the same friends came back to me, right? And he started asking me for all these favors, right?
Mm.
And there was a point in time when he was asking me what it is that I attribute this growth to. And I said to him, bro, remember that conversation that we had that day, the first day?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has changed, bro. Really, nothing has changed. Because the thing that started me off in this line of popularity is also something that is, when if I were to tell you how it happened, you wouldn't believe me. I had
Mm-hmm.
literally taken the photos I took on that day with my two homies, right, around Johannesburg. That was one day of shooting. I need to understand that I did that one day. I
Mm.
never went out after that and did more shoots. I spent the following days editing and posting just the pictures from that day, right?
Crazy.
And while I was doing that, going back to my 9 to 5 every day, not shooting
Mm.
for the next few weeks, maybe for the next 2 weeks or so, I didn't shoot, something like that. I was
Mm.
just editing and posting the photos that I had taken every day, posting, every day, posting. Then this influencer girl hits me up, and she had like 60K followers at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know her from above. So, mind you, bro, no popular people were following me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, for all intents and purposes, the people that were on my Instagram page were just my friends and software developers. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, this girl hits me up while I'm at my job, while I'm at work, and asks if we can do a shoot. And I'm looking at the situation, and I'm like, what is going on? This girl knows, I can see from her page that she knows some of the biggest photographers in the country.
Mm.
Or let me just say in Johannesburg, you know? And I thought, why would she want to work with me? I don't have anything on my page that would even tell her that I could pull off what it is that she's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yet she wanted to shoot with me. I did the shoots with her. Then her friend wanted to do a shoot with me. Think about now it's like I shoot with this girl. Now her friend, who's also popular, liked those photos. And now she wanted to do the shoot with me. And it was those photos that I did with the
Mm.
friend that blew up like crazy. Had like,
Deep.
I posted them on Twitter. It was like 11,000 retweets on my page alone.
Mm.
that one was
Wow.
that's when like things just went crazy, dude. Like I don't think you understand how insane that whole situation was, because there was this other page that stole my photos, posted them without my permission, and it also blew up on their page. And then
Heavy.
from that moment on, like things just started moving forward. But it's still always just been a mindset thing. And um yeah, man. And I'll put it to you like this. What I had realized was that it's not necessarily just that you believe. I don't even want to say believe, bro. Belief, yeah. It's not that you
Mm.
believe it in a sense that, like, how you can say you believe in God, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like a thing that you're just going along with. Like, most people just they say they believe in God, but if
Yeah, I
someone
know
puts a
what you
gun to their head and says, "Yo, you know, do you really believe in this, homie? If they could do like a lie detector test, like the most accurate lie detector test in the world, most people wouldn't have the foundation to actually say that they truly believe. Like they
mm-hmm.
know. It's not a knowing, it's a belief.
I totally get you on that one.
You
Like,
know.
well, on my side, we didn't have a client for like 8 months, dude.
Mm,
And I just felt like something's gonna change in the next 4 months.
yeah.
And I just wanted created like we were just doing like collaborations, shoots and stuff. And now we don't know what to do because we have like four clients requesting work on the same day at the same time. And it was
Mm,
amazing to be like the mindset. I remember we had this talk a while back, and I also had the same mindset that no, people like things will change. We will become bigger.
yeah. Yeah. And it's also just about like I still believe, like, right now, man. I think, dude, I'm very observant. I think you know this. I look at everything and I try to see it from as many different perspectives as possible. So
Mm-hmm.
when I think about just the way artists like in the US operate, big artists, the way that they create, the level that they create at, it is such a high level. Like you can see, when you look at work and you're like, yo, this is professional. This is
Mm-hmm.
professional. Whoever did this knows what they're doing. I thought about that and I thought, like, yo, how can I get my photos to that level, knowing
Mm-hmm.
that I have photographer friends who have been doing this for 10 years, and mind you, they're dope, dude. And I would even go so far as to say that they're better than me, but I will still say that they are not better than me at editing photos, and they know it. And it's just
Oh,
literally because I told myself, like, yo, at the end of the day, I realized something. You can take a photo and it'll be, for all intents and purposes, bro, it's a good photo. It's a fine photo. It's not an amazing photo. It's not gonna win like crazy awards or whatever, but it's a nice photo. That photo can be enhanced to just look so cool with a nice edit, with the
mm-hmm.
right treatment of colors and contrast. Take that same photo and edit it very amateurly, and it's just a bland photo. Right? It has no emotion. It doesn't say anything. It is what it is. And you could take a great photo, composition perfect, the exposure perfect, the model is gorgeous, and you throw a whack edit on there, and you've ruined it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there.
So this is why a lot of like very big photographers have retouchers, people
Mm.
whose job it is to retouch photos, because most big photographers don't be doing that, bro. They ain't got time. And to be very honest with you, if I had the finances to be paying a retoucher, or if I had one on my team, I wouldn't be retouching.
Heavy. But obviously, you have to trust the person that he can like kill it like you.
Yeah, you know. But at the end of the day, bro, because I don't have that person, I have to become that person.
True. It's like when you started producing, because no one gonna make beats for you, obviously.
Yeah, or I'll ask for beats and then it'll just take forever. And now, mind you, think about it. Like if I ask Chef for a beat back then,
Mm-hmm.
not only am I at his mercy when it comes to when I can get this beat, but
Mm.
also I'm at his mercy with the type of beat that I get. The
True.
type of beat that I get might not actually be what I really want to be spitting on,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that's just the thing, man. Like, did you listen to King's Disease? King's Disease 3?
I still need to, hey, bro, I'm in between Vinny Pairs and King's Disease. I still need to start because, hey, Vinny Pairs, the track with Method Man, I was trying to break it down like, hey, Method Man, at his age, 50 years old, what? 51 years old. I'm
Yeah,
still a genius. Bro. Yeah.
bro. Meth is he's crazy. It's too easy for him. It's too easy for him. And if you really think about it, bro, Nas is the same, dude. Nas is crazy now, dude. Yo.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
the,
to me,
and
it
the
sounds
thing
like
is,
it's like Illmatic Nas, you know?
it's like,
It sounds like Illmatic Nas.
and that's the thing. That's what I want to get to. It's Hit Boy. Hit Boy has somehow managed to find that sweet spot. That this is a Nas beat. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
everything that makes Nas song. You know, think about, you know, some whack Nas songs, bro. We all know some Nas songs where you're like, yo, the beat here is just, what is this beat, bro? Why is it so whack?
Mm-hmm.
It almost just makes you go like, ah. I don't like hearing when Nas forces to try and sound commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. But for some reason, Hit Boy has found this perfect balance of getting the hip hop side of Nas, you know, the backpacker side of Nas, and the commercial side of Nas to marry each other in such a perfect union. And
Mm-hmm.
the beats are just immaculate, dude. So plush. Like the beat on Thun. Dude, just listen to Thun. Yo,
I think I need
bro.
to focus on King's Speech. I mean, King's Disease 3.
You
I need to focus
you
on it, finish it.
literally float, bro. You float on that beat. You float on that beat, bro. Dude, I listen to the beat sometimes when I'm editing photos and I don't want to be hearing Nas's voice. I go to the instrumental of that beat, dude, on YouTube, and I just play
Mm.
it, dude. And man, it just makes me so happy. I won't lie. Stuff like this makes me keen to make music again
Hey, dude, and we missed it, you
because
know.
I can tell.
I personally missed it. Like, I've been looking for a copy, but obviously the tower is like messed up. A copy of Soul. For me, that's your most genius work ever. When you did like a rap version of Soul. Like, I believe you
Mm,
like a lyrical genius, bro.
bro. I don't know about lyrical genius. Um, that might be a bit of a leap, but I can definitely say that just given the fact that I've been exposed to a lot of musicians lately, you
Mm.
know, and there was a time for a few months in this year where I was sleeping in the studio, you know,
Heavy.
and yeah, that's why I started making those tracks. You know, the song that I sent you was like a minute and 30 seconds. Actually,
Mm.
I'll be dropping. I'm not sure when you're dropping this, but I'll be dropping a video with the song, which will kind of be an unofficial music video. If you get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say.
Dope.
And I'm not in it. I'm not in it.
Heavy.
So let me tell you the project, right? It's a FiveFullSummers project, 5 songs, 5 videos, and then some photos and stuff like that. But essentially,
Mm-hmm.
it's, think of it like this, right? I'm not gonna go and ask people to shoot my music videos, bro. Like, I must be paying
Mm-hmm.
you. It's a whole situation, blah blah blah. I'm still FiveFullSummers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I still, at the end of the day, don't really care to be famous like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I still like just shooting sexy girls. I love it. So I told myself, like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
let me make the video. Let me just shoot the videos the way that I shoot them, sexy videos, and put the song on it.
That's dope,
That's
bro.
it. That's it.
That's dope.
Five videos, 5 songs, 5 girls. It's simple, you know. And as an introduction, it's like an EP. As an
Mm.
introduction, I think it works
And
because, yeah,
what today is like attention span, like you said, you sent me the track. I know it was like a sample, like 1 minute 30 seconds. Would you
yeah.
say that we're going towards uh, music that will be 1 minute or 2 minutes long?
I mean, we already have that, you know.
Heavy.
We do already have that, but I won't say that that'll become a norm because um, there'll always be a place for songs that are long. And in
Mm,
fact, um, if I were in control of my project in a better way, because right now I feel like there's a lot of things that I have to still organize on my end in order to make music and do videos the way that I would really want to do them. I have a few barriers, so I'm working with what I have really. If I'm being honest
mm,
with you,
mm-hmm.
um, but honestly, man, I feel as if um, how do I put this? I feel as if, let me say this, bro. When it comes to music, I have a deep love for music, right?
Mm,
And sometimes, man, think about this, bro. If you smoke weed, you don't want a song that's gonna finish now.
mm-hmm.
You want something that you can sit down and relax to, even if that song is like 6 minutes long. But as long as that
True.
song has enough variation in it to still remain interesting, that's why people like Travis Scott, their music is still gonna bump because Travis Scott's songs are not short, but
Mm,
they're very interesting because there's a lot of different progressions in them. You know, they're
mm-hmm.
never too monotonous. He switches flows every few bars. He'll switch his flow, and I like that. I like that. So I can't imagine certain songs being like a minute and 30 seconds long. I'd be like, bro, sometimes like let me ride out. Even if you sang for a minute and 30 seconds, let the rest of the beat ride out. Like just you know what I mean? Like let it play. Just let it play. Let me sink into it, bro. Let me just think into the beat, like the melody, and just zone out. And I
I'm
see that with
thinking
songs like
like God did Jesus verse alone.
God did.
You know,
What do
like
you mean?
on God did. Jay Z had
I
like a
haven't heard that
3 minute.
song actually.
You haven't heard the song yet,
I
bro.
haven't.
Jay Z blacked out for 3 minutes, bro. He blacked out like a 3 minute verse. Weezy, Lil Wayne, and Rick
Yeah.
Ross had like 16 bars, and then Jay Z comes in. He's like, "Who did?" And he blacked out, bro. Best
Yo,
verse of the whole album.
best verse of the whole album.
That's my opinion. It's the best verse of the whole album. If not the best verse of the year. We still need to
Nah,
debate that because J. Cole,
nah,
yo,
nah, 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 nah.
J. Cole started
Well,
the
okay.
year with
Which verse of J Cole's?
the one way is the track with Benny the Butcher. For me that verse he started the year out with fire, bruh.
Wait. Okay, it's a track with Benny the Butcher. What's the track called? I don't think I've heard it.
It's with Benny the Butcher. It has to be. I forgot the song's name now.
But
They
bro,
said like
also it's features. You know the
good.
thing about features,
Mhm,
bro. I don't trust niggas on features, bro. For some reason, niggas be blacking out on features, bro. I don't trust it. J. Cole on his
mhm,
album, he's
mhm.
alright. He's cool. It's alright. But then on features, bro, do you remember what he did on the London feature?
Yeah, he
With
get
Mia,
out of the
bro. I remember listening to the song like, bro, save this verse, bro. This girl is spitting nonsense, and you coming through with this? Are you crazy?
But I remember like
This girl
his
is
verse
talking
was
about
like,
sipping kombucha. I'm like, what are you? Hey,
dude,
diarrhea
too funny.
o'clock. Okay.
Because his verse was about when he was born, there was lightning, and eh, I'll send you the link anyway. I
Yeah.
wanna ask you three girls you'd like to collaborate with in the shoot.
Three girls I would like to collaborate with on a shoot that I
Mm,
haven't yet.
yes,
Is it three like worldwide?
they can be worldwide. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you three questions with three options.
Okay. Now one of them is, oh man, this is a tough question. Oh, and I feel like I'm gonna give a nonsense answer, but actually, let me just say one answer right now because I feel like right now where I'm at as a human being, this is gonna be my answer. Ruby Rose is definitely one of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, just because, man, she's just unnecessarily sexy to me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's out here pole dancing in the train, getting yelled at. No pole dancing in the trains. I was like, yo, bro, this girl. Um, Another one is, oh man, why can't I? I don't know why I
Okay,
can't
make
think
it
right
can be
now
three.
because
It can be three even that you've worked with.
three that I've worked with, come on, bro. I mean, I really enjoy shooting with Bonso, Mama
Oh,
Molly,
well.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
always enjoy shooting with her. Um, Keisha, Bad Girl Kiki, always
Mm-hmm.
enjoy shooting with her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this is in no particular order, by the way. Just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, one coming after me. Um, who else, man? I'll say someone that I would want to shoot with again, but I want to do something a lot sexier with is definitely Kia Mokobo.
Definitely, I would like to see that. I
Yeah,
would also like to work with her at some point.
with Kia.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, these people are not easy to work with. Like,
I
I can tell
know.
you now, it took me very long to get their
I
attention.
know. Mm-hmm.
Very, very long. Um, but now, bro, at this point in time, the way I feel right now, I'll be very honest with you, bro. Right now, I don't care about working with nobody.
Alright.
Like, bro, I'm not in the position to be begging people anymore. Because at the end of the day, bro, this way I feel right now, I will take a girl from the street and I will
Hmm.
turn her into a star. That's how I feel.
That'll be a dope project, though.
I'm not saying that I will do that, like literally, but I'm saying that's how I think. I think
Mm-hmm.
like I don't need this person to be popular or famous. I just need to believe in them and let them just do what they need to do to bring that side out of them, And then even if people don't know who she is, the photo will be so fire that they will get to know who she is, and that's what really happened with people like Leo and
Yeah,
Bonso as
yeah.
well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's really just because I shot with them that all these other photographers want to shoot with them
Mm.
because they look up to me and I'm shooting with them, and they don't know. They're like, "Oh, who's this new model?" And it's good when it's a new model because it's a fresh face. It's not somebody
Mm.
that we've seen too much that we low key kind of bored of by now.
Oh, well.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. I think my point is though, you have to think deeper than just the art. these days, especially if you don't have the support system that, like a label or an agency or whatever the case may be, backing
Mm-hmm.
you. And you have to now become this holistic person who, you're an artist, but now you have to think about things like psychology, you have to think about marketing, branding, you have to think about all of these different facets that have very little to do with the actual creation of the work itself. And
True.
you now have to delve into the mind of your audience, which means that you need to know exactly who your audience is. And I used to think about, I said to Demi the one time, Demi V, I said to him, bro, how is it that all these people can come up with things like projections and stuff like that for how many sales an artist is going to make? Like, how do they know that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
how come I can't do that? Why don't I
Mm-hmm.
do that? What is
When
it
you
that
have
they
to do
understand about their audience that we don't understand about our audience?
right, dude. If we knew that, like when you said that you need someone that is business minded, I feel like as a creative, I mean, I went to um, a creative hub where they showed us that creative people don't think logically, and we think in color. So they were actually showing us how to think logically while we think creatively. And that's what I actually learned about projections and business plan and SWOT
Mm,
analysis, all these things, bro. And that I think
mm.
also contributed in me slowing down. Because now I'm putting out so much, but I'm not getting in so much.
Yes. And look, even if you're putting, here's the thing: is what you really need is a good feedback loop, right?
Mm,
So you need a situation where you put out something, and then you need to observe what happens with this thing. Who is consuming
mhm,
this thing? What do they think about this thing? The people that are consuming it, the ones that, and this is why it's so important to not have people that are sycophantic around you. And it's so difficult because that means you need to ask people their opinion about something, and they mustn't know that you're attached to it.
mhm, mhm.
You can't
I
get
love
the
that.
opinion from people who know it's you, who know you.
Mhm.
You need
Mm,
to put it in as much of a black box as possible and see, okay, um, so, oh, these people don't know who the artist is. How many of these people, like different types of people, who resonates with it, who truly like says, yes, I like this, or who says, nah, I'm not really feeling it. You need to find the people who like it and then identify what it is that they like about it, right? And
mm.
where can you find these types of people? Because
Oh,
I remember even there was a point where I was saying to a friend of mine, I said, it seems as if there's there's going to be a lot of wasted effort if, for example, you went to stand at a corner to hand out flyers, right? Or let's
mm,
just let's take it back. Let's take it back and say you're standing on a corner with your CD,
mhm, mhm,
and even if you were selling that CD for 1 rand or whatever the case may be, you need to still make sure, right, that you're standing on a corner that has enough foot traffic, and that
mm.
not just has the right foot traffic, but has the traffic of people who would resonate with your product. You
True.
can't be standing on a corner and the only people that are passing by you are old people who know nothing about the type of music you make. You need to be standing on the right corner. So
Mhm.
that means, you feel me? And it's the same thing
Absolutely.
online. It's like there are so many people online that when you advertise, you pretty much just reaching out and hitting everyone, right? But
Mhm.
then you need to see who's actually engaging with it. Like, really, not just look at names. I'm talking about, like, what type of person is this? Like, is this a single mom? Is this a 35-year-old man? Is this, you feel me? Like,
I
and
get
create those
you.
profiles. You create those profiles, and then that will make it easier for you to start targeting. Because another thing is that with something like music, right?
Mm.
you're saying something, and so you're speaking to someone. Someone's gonna listen to it and they're gonna resonate with it, or they're not gonna resonate with it. And now you need to understand, how do I speak this person's language?
Mm.
Because
I was,
maybe you're speaking over the types of people that were actually trying to listen to you. Like, your message would actually hit them if you, because these are the types of people who would fucks with your sound, but
mm,
the way that you're articulating yourself goes over their heads in a way that doesn't resonate with them now. So because these are the people who could resonate with you, you need to find out, how do I actually speak to these people and leverage them in the right way. Because look at Juice World, bro. Juice World was a crazy rapper, bro. That homie could
mhm,
freestyle like I've never seen someone freestyle.
mhm.
But his music was like singing. His music was
I
like
didn't know
melodic
you rap,
rap.
bro. I
Hmm?
really didn't know you rap. I didn't know you was a rapper.
Why do you think Eminem even featured him on that song? Eminem was impressed with him. Eminem was impressed with his freestyling. And you can see that this homie's not freestyling like pre-written lyrics. This is
Uh,
freestyle. Go when we end the call, go on YouTube, look up Juice
mm.
World freestyle,
Okay, I'll
and
do
and
that.
and prepare to have your mind absolutely blown, bro.
I'll definitely
But
do that.
you feel me? But
Mm.
if you look at it though, if he were to rap like that on his music, it wouldn't have resonated the same with his fans.
True. Very
He wouldn't
true.
have the same fan base. It's like, if you want to rap number one for niggas, niggas don't like paying for shit. That's number one. Number two,
Mhm.
if you're gonna be rapping for these backpack rappers, these are broke cats, bro.
Hey,
These
dude, so
homies,
true.
you feel me? It's like you need to think about, like, okay, cool. What am I in this for? Am I actually in this to make money? Because if I'm in this to make money, I need to
Mhm.
think more like a business person and target my message better to the people that I'm actually speaking to, or else I'm being stubborn.
Mhm.
And that's just how I approach things now, dude. I think about it like, I'm trying to um I'm trying to make art that, even if you don't get it, it sounds, it's like it's sweet to you. Even if you don't get it, it's sweet to you. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Like, even if you don't like nude photos, you will
Mhm.
still like my nude photos because they're just sweet. They have that thing that doesn't make them look offensive. Unless I was intentionally like, yeah, this is the one where I'm gonna show these motherfuckers, like, this is gonna be raunchy. This is gonna be raunchy, but it still won't look dirty.
Mm.
And
And
that's
I
how you
think
gotta
that
you gotta think
uh,
about it, bro.
I don't know like how your interest started, but my interest like when it came to music, filmmaking, YouTube, and even photography, it all started with wandering when I watched TV. I remember, I don't know if you remember, I used to call you to record like the Sports Illustrated photo shoot, and I was just interested in watching these photo shoots. Obviously, they were gorgeous girls, but it was just amazing to me that like these people are shooting on islands and tropical like far tropical islands, and they're getting paid major cash
Mm,
to shoot a
mm,
cover, like a cover photo and stuff. I remember I still bought a
mm,
calendar, Sports Illustrated calendar, just to like check out the photos.
mm, mm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, man. Like, ironically, I don't even look at stuff like that a lot, eh?
mm,
I don't really do that. I mean, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, to be honest with
mm-hmm.
you. But I don't look at a lot of other people's photos. I'll generally look at like paintings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like I learn more from paintings than I do from photos, because a photo, I don't know, man. Like a painting is just so intentional. Everything that's there was put there intentionally. There's nothing that's
Mm.
there by chance. Whereas with a photo, it's just the shit. It's just there. It just happens to be that way. For the most
Oh,
part, you know, for the most part. And so when you get to see that level of intention, you think about color, you think about composition, you think about once you start studying paintings, your photos can get a lot better.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. And another
You're
thing is
dropping, you're dropping a lot of
it's
gems, man.
yeah, bro, but it's like these things are I still feel as if they are they're just overlooked because
Mm.
sometimes I see people looking for inspiration on social media, like photo inspiration. Like people will send me references of some shots they saw on the internet, and photos on the internet are cool, bro. They're okay for the most part, but I still think that most of them are just average, very average. I
Mm-hmm.
think that about my own photos a lot of the time, that they're just average, you know. Um, but for the ones that I know aren't average, that are far above average, I know that in a lot of cases, those photos were taken around the time when I was deep in my painting books. My books with paintings from Michelangelo, um, from man, why can't I? From Raphael. I love Raphael's paintings.
I
Um,
remember you used to do a lot of pencil drawing, which was like really dope.
yeah, yeah, I can still draw, obviously, which is also
Mm-hmm.
another thing. Like, if you really think about it, man, the what I feel is always best for artists, regardless of what type of art you do. So some people are just so, I do this. No, me, I don't do nothing else. This is what I do. I'm a hip hop artist, or I'm a hip hop
Mm-hmm.
producer. I don't produce. I'm a piano, whatever. It's such a
Yeah.
wasted opportunity to learn and to grow and to create something new. Because for all the people that say things like for example, I'm a hip hop producer. I only do boom bap.
Mm.
Hypothetically, if you don't try to play around with things like auto tune and melodies and other genres, then you lose out on creating amazing fusions. Number one, and number two, you lose out on it's kind of like you're just leaving out colors in your palette for no reason. Beautiful colors,
Mm.
that you could use to paint different kinds of pictures, different types of tools. All of these things are just tools, man. And when I look at how I connect my music and my photography, it's the same. I grew fast
Mm.
in photography because I applied my knowledge from drawing and from music.
Mm.
If you think about, like, with music, I learned about dithering and noise and adding noise to
Mm.
something to make it seem warmer, or sometimes to even just make it sound less
Mm.
digital, and it actually gives it a little bit more life. And this can be done in, like, even in the mastering stage. And
Mm.
with photos, it's the same. You add that noise at the end, that grain, you know
Mm-hmm.
and then the reverb is like the depth of field, you know
The,
and then the color is like, is it more warm or is it more cool? It's like when you really look at it, like you said, right? It's when you're a creative, you don't really think very logically. But I think
mm-hmm.
because I studied programming for so long, and programming is a very logical
Mm.
profession, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
logic by definition. And I had done that for so long that even when I reconnected with my art, I connected with it in a brand new way. I had created different kinds of neural pathways in my brain that could now
Mm.
enable me to switch and not even, I wouldn't even say just necessarily switch, but also kind of be in the middle, in this perfect place between logic and creativity, where the left and right brain are working a lot more harmoniously in your process, you know and
It's very true. I get you when
yeah.
it comes to like when I know when I'm editing a video, it's also very logical when someone asks me for something where they're struggling with, and as they talk, I'm seeing it in my head. I'm like, but you could have
Mm,
just done this. It would have been more
mm,
simple, So it is.
mm.
I think it is logical in its sense, but I think more logical in the sense of business wise. That's where we fall off.
What do you mean?
Like the whole paperwork and like you said, like projections and all these other things. That's like in a more numbers. I think all these numbers.
Yes,
Yeah, like totally goes
yes,
away from the creativity.
yeah, yeah.
But
And but even with you got to think about, man, look, here's what I'm saying, bro. You got to think about the psychology of the sound, that, like, even the music, bro. Like,
yeah.
this is why I think I think, like, remember when you said that you need to be like, you want me to record with you, but in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I really understood what you were trying to say there, because let's look at an album like Yeezus, like Kanye's album.
Yeah.
The way that the songs there were mixed and mastered is very different to the way conventional albums are mixed and mastered. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, the way that the songs were mixed is like a direct reflection of the energy that Kanye was trying to put out. This angry, angsty, aggressive energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was represented in the sounds that were chosen, and in the way that the sound was mixed and mastered, in the fact that it was so compressed and distorted by intention. you
Mm-hmm.
know and I think about, like, that is an insight. And, like, that's not something that, like, let's say I did the song and then I just sent it off to some mixing engineer without much information. He'd come back, I'd get the song back with a clean mix, everything would sound clean and polished, and that's not what I want. I
Definitely.
want it to sound fucked.
Definitely.
You feel me? And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm saying, like, you need to think about the psychology of everything that you create, and that's the higher level of creation that I'm talking about. When it comes to people in the States, they're not just thinking about um they're not just thinking about the song. They're thinking about what is the story of the album, track by track.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
samples, what do the samples say about the message that I'm also pushing in the song? So when someone goes back and listens to the song that I sampled, and they listen to the lyrics of the song, does it also connect with my song, or is it a
Mm-hmm.
totally different message? And if I can get the sample and my song to match up, even unknowingly, even though the person who's listening to my song might never know the original song or sample, it's that little extra subtext, not even subtext, it's like that little injection of extra creativity that just makes it so much more special and deeper than it actually is. And even if you go and look at how Yeezus was made, you'll see the same thing, where the samples that were used in the album, the few samples that were used, contributed to the actual storyline of the album, even though there's even a sample in there that's not even in English. It's some weird, I don't know, Scandinavian song with the weird ass name, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it had to, the song, the lyrics in that song matched up to the story in the Yeezus album, of this artist who has this girl, and she gets caught up in the lights, caught up in the fame, and then you know, he also starts losing himself, and then he loses himself in the club, gets drunk, blah blah blah. But at the end of the story, finds his love, which is Kim Kardashian. She can't get caught up in the lights. She's already famous. Blah 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 blah
Heavy,
blah. It's a lot more
heavy.
complex than that. I'm just giving you like a very quick high level summary of what the album's about.
Mm-hmm.
And that storyline is played track by track. If you follow each track, you will see the story. Another album that's in a similar vein is like Good Kid, Mad City, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like a movie almost. You're following this character, and he puts all these different. It's crazy, man. Like the way artists in the States create this vision where it's not like, oh, I made a song here, then I made another song there, I made another song here, and eventually I had enough songs and I called it an album. No,
True.
it's
But
intentional.
I guess it's about having the team. Like in America, it's quite different, where artist actually has a dedicated producer, if he's not producing himself, but a dedicated producer, manager, accountant, lawyer, marketing agent, or like they have that already. So they just need to be the artist. And I think having that freedom to write makes you think in these ways. And I mean to put out 100, not actually put out, to record 100 tracks and to
Mm,
break it down from there. It's just like baffling to me.
yeah, yeah, and but even that, bro, even that is kind of like a cop out sometimes because, like, man, I don't know how some people do it. If you look at Eminem and Eminem show, I
Hmm.
think about how did Eminem actually produce that whole album?
Didn't they produce it?
Nah, Eminem produced it.
Heavy.
It's like he produced the album and he wrote the lyrics. It's like, bro, and
That's
it's
deep.
just how? It's like how? And he's not the only artist who's done that. Another artist who does
Mm-hmm.
that is Kanye. Kanye, especially in
Mm-hmm.
the earlier years, used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Another artist is Tyler the Creator.
And I saw a video of Tyler producing. It's mad, bro. Yo.
These guys on another level, dude. This is what I'm telling you. Like, look at a Tyler album, right, and look at how there's a color scheme for the album. He creates characters. He'll create a
Mm-hmm.
look for the way he looks. He'll create
Mm-hmm.
a sound for the album, right? This album sounds like this. Um, it's like, bro, this the level of detail that everything goes into. You can tell that this is not just a project that was just slapped together. This is something that they're intending to last for many years, and many
True.
years later you'll still look at it and go, yo, now they did something here.
And
Upon
that's where
closer
true
analysis.
artistry comes from. Like
What's that?
that's where true artistry comes from because you get like you said, if you focus on making money, what are you actually gonna put out? Like
Yeah.
is the music gonna be there forever or not? I mean,
Mm.
okay, but I know the Drake fans are gonna hate me, but Drake ain't Drake anymore, bro. I can listen to an album from beginning to end. Like, nah.
I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't think I've ever listened to a Drake album beginning to end, but that's just me.
Uh,
You know? I've never been a Drake fan like that. Like, he's got some dope songs. Don't get it twisted. I still listen to like some Drake songs here and there.
mm,
But I've never been like a put a Drake album on type of guy. Never, never. I
mm,
tried it the other day. No cap. I literally did. I put on Take Care. Bro, I think I got like
mm.
6 tracks in. I was editing photos. I was like, nah, bro, the homie's gonna make me pass out. Na, 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 na,
Oh,
na. Oh, you
oh no, no.
know, and your lipstick. I was like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? It's like, bro, who's this for?
But
um,
yeah, man.
did you hear? Have you heard anything from the Saweetie album?
From who?
Saweetie, bro.
Sawidi. Sawidi, Sawidi.
Saweetie, bro.
I did hear a song, I think. I, like,
Bro,
I, I, I
listen.
was amazed by, I heard a track of her. I forgot the movie. It's a Halle Berry movie where she's an MMA fighter. And I heard like the track because the tracks before that the other track with Doja Cat. Like, yeah, not really impressed. But when I heard that track on that movie, I was like, dude,
Hmm.
I'm gonna stick on rap, yo.
Listen, I need to take that
Mm.
opinion, throw it in the trash immediately
Alright?
because her album, bro, just there's a song on that
Mm.
album. It's just ass, bro. Actually, I think everything on this ass. Um, and mind you, bro, like I've never been a Saweetie fan. Like I think she's pretty, but that's beyond. Like that's not even a reason for me to listen to someone's music. And I was
Mm-hmm.
just told, I was told by someone the other day, like, yo, just gonna listen to this song.
Mm.
Just gonna listen to this one song. Oh my god, bro! I think I listened to like a minute. I forced a minute in, and then I was like, you know, say women really don't have any kind of real good representatives for rap these days.
Hey, bro. I mean, we have
There's no
Nicki
like,
Minaj. I
there's
guess
no,
that's
I
it.
don't know, bro. Even Nicki, bro, come on. Nicki's just now she's beyond rap now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm.
But I'm talking about like women don't have a straight female rapper who can spit some shit that can make you just go like, yeah, she's spitting.
Mm.
I don't know like a popular female
But what about
rapper. Like
Rhapsody, dude?
who?
Rhapsody.
Listen,
Mm.
a popular female rapper.
Oh.
Bro, bro, I know Rhapsody from a Kendrick song.
Mm.
And that song is These Walls.
Mm.
Or is it no, it's not even these walls, sorry. It is Complexion,
Mm.
right? On To Pimp a Butterfly. I know her from that song. I don't know any other songs of hers. Name a Rhapsody album for me.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Yeah, name me five Rhapsody tracks.
Nah, I can't.
What's her biggest single?
Nah.
Her favorite song
I get what
that
you
she.
mean.
You see, you don't know, bro.
I get what you mean, bro. I get you.
And it's like as much as she might be dope, she's not popular. So I'm just saying, like, we need a popular female rapper that just doesn't talk about her pussy all day and how she's
Thank
putting
you.
her, her pussy in your mouth and now you can't talk. And bro, what?
Mm-hmm.
It's just I think about it and I think to myself like, yo, who is this for though? Who?
Mm-hmm.
Which girl listens? Who goes to the album, puts on their headphones, pushes play, and just leaves it?
I don't know, bro.
I think the same thing about Gigi Lemaine.
Uh,
Like, who listens to this, bro?
nah, dude. But yo, on that note, right? On that
Yeah.
note, like to close it off, I'm gonna ask you the two last questions. Three wild moments that you remember that we shared, and then uh, three recommendations that you will, like three songs or movies or well, anything you want to recommend to people to actually take a listen to or to watch or to a person to follow. So those are the two questions, and then I want you to tell me what are your future plans, and yeah, we'll be closing off from there.
Okay. Um. So wait, the first question. Let's go back to the first question.
So the first question is, give me three memories that stand out
Oh, the
for
crazy
you.
memories. Oh, bro, yo, the first one that I gotta think about because I think about this shit all the time, bro. That
Uh,
time when you flew out of the chair, bro. In
Dude,
the
I
in
even
the
forgot about that. I even
yo, my
sp-
man, that was like that was because I remember when it happened, like just how startled I was. I was just like, what? I was like, God, don't let this nigga die like this.
bro, on that day we were on our way to shoot a commercial. I had to like pull a brave face and push through the pain. while we were shooting the advert. Yes, dude. Mm-mm.
Bro, that was a crazy day. Just having to pick you up in that position was
Mm-hmm.
crazy, bro. That whole situation was just crazy to me. Another crazy thing that we went through. Um, let me think. Let me think. Let me think. It's, bro, I feel like some of the craziest things I can't even mention. Um, nah, but wait, whoa, whoa, you give me one, bro. You give me one,
Um, I
because I
would
know you got
say
something in mind.
the day we went to watch Eminem, that was crazy. Some funny moments. I even remember you told me some guy was tricked out of buying fake tickets and he was crying by the gate.
Bro, bro. That was a crazy day, but not even the craziest day.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, man,
Um,
yesterday, man. I'm trying to think of yesterday's, dude. I'm
remember
trying to
we
think of
once
crazy
walked
things.
home. I think we walked home, but that wasn't really crazy. We walked home like 3 a.m. after a gig. We were walking home and like nothing happened, but I wouldn't say that was crazy though.
When was this?
Um, I think that time we performed at yesterday sexiest, and then we walked home. It was a
Mm,
another memory that pops up is going to Back to the City, performing at Back to the City.
that was crazy. That
Yeah.
was crazy. That was actually crazy. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember that same day, what's this girl's name? Lex LaFoy.
Mm-hmm.
Came
Yeah,
up to us
this.
and saying like, "Oh, your music is so futuristic and blah 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 blah."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, that was a crazy ass day. But I still think that there's stuff that we're leaving out, bro. There's stuff that we're.
I guess you're right. There are some stuff you can't
There was
mention.
a time when niggas tried to rob you and decency also, and then
Yo, dude. Yeah.
decency, uh, tells me afterwards, and then remember I said to him, bro, let's go and find these guys, and then we left, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was so like in a rush to go and handle these people. I didn't even put a shirt on. I was
Oh,
topless walking in the street, my skinny ass.
yeah.
Um, and then we come up to these guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I saw each and every one of them. There were three guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at all of them, and to a point where I could describe them, because I came back and I described them to you. And then there was a cop
Mm-hmm.
car that pulled up close to us, and that's when we were like, okay, cool, let's just go. But decency was also saying that it's not them. It
Yeah.
ain't them. It ain't them. I come back to the crib, and then I described them. He's like, oh, it's them, bro. It's them, bro. And I looked at decency like, and it's in my mind. I'm thinking to myself like, bro, if you didn't want to hit these homies,
Because you said so,
and mind
bro.
you, bro, I'm like, I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't just generally do something like that. But I thought to
Mm-hmm.
myself, the audacity of these homies to try and rob a nigga in a wheelchair. I gotta
Dude,
put these homies in a wheel. I gotta put them in a wheelchair. That's how I thought. I was like, I gotta put them in a
that's
wheelchair.
funny, bro. You reminded me about our gig at in Hammanskraal, and then we had to leave because a storm was coming, and all of a sudden we were being followed by these guys. And I remember you looked back, and like you saw some they busy cocking guns. So like we thinking, hey, here's a hijack situation. But luckily,
Hmm?
like AB like misled them. You forgot that I did that night,
Yo, I don't remember that night, bro. And that was also a
dude. We
night
were
where it was
like
like
driving.
lightning, like thundering like crazy.
It was
Where
crazy, bro. So as we're
literally there was a
driving,
point where the lightning struck the road next to us.
yeah.
I think at that point, nothing else could scare me, dude. Because now it's like, oh, God
Because
is just,
we
that's like
on
God
our
saying, oh,
way.
you're going to be scared of these homies, bro. I'm here. Me, I'm God. I can strike you with lightning. You don't even know how bad things can get. That's when I was like, all right, God,
Mhm.
this is in your hands here.
I'm just
This
happy,
is you.
like AB was driving and he was calm and he was like fooling them. He slows down when they come close. He speeds up and then he doesn't indicate and takes a turn. Then they went straight on, And luckily, it was like the road to take the toll gate. And when they did a U-turn, they missed us. They couldn't get us. But yo, bruh, I'm just imagining. These are two things I don't want ever to happen to me. One, to be in an accident, car accident, and two, to get
Mm.
hijacked. Imagine me now saying, "Yeah, but bruh, my Gucci in the boot, please." Like,
Yo,
dude, they not gonna care, bruh.
yo, bro. Yo. You're right. That's a different situation. That is a crazy situation.
Oh, bro.
Okay, what was the other question you asked? Like
Three
recommendations,
things you
eh?
wanna recommend. Three
Three
things
things
you
I'd
like
like
to
to
recommend to
recommend.
people. Mm.
Um, let me think. Let me see. Let me. Obviously, I would recommend FiveFullSummers, bro. Gotta follow FiveFullSummers, obviously.
We're dropping soon, dropping soon. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What else am I? I'm trying to think what it is that I'm obsessed with now. Um, it's difficult to say because, man, there's just so
Mm-hmm.
much going on in the world right now. And
Yeah,
what I've
definitely.
what I've found is that I I've had to put myself in a situation where when ignorance is bliss, and now when you know so much, it puts you in this position where you're not necessarily paranoid, but I would say that you are very skeptical of things,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And
Mm-hmm.
so right now, I'm just following what's going on in the world right now, man. I'm
Right.
very excited about, um, I'm very excited about the, the way the world is changing,
Mm.
you know, just the dynamics of it's not necessarily something that I thought I would see happening in my lifetime. Like the fact that we might be getting a new currency soon.
Hey, dude, they don't
Um,
understand. I'm actually excited about that.
yeah, I'm excited about it, but at the same time, I'm also very aware that
Mm.
I don't know. I don't think the U.S. is gonna let it happen.
uh,
Not for us, not for S. Trust SA. I think we're good, and this is why I still believe that as much as I do want to go overseas, I've wanted to live in Europe for a while now and go to LA for a few months. I can't
mm.
find myself putting myself in those positions because South Africa is actually an amazing country. If it wasn't for the fact that we have these stupid issues with ESCOM and just
Mm.
all these unnecessary things, man.
Mm.
SA is a very beautiful country, and we have
Mm.
everything here, man. Like anything that you really need, we have it here. Anything that you need to survive, bro, we got it, bro. We got it.
Seriously.
We just need to fix up the stuff that's not working that we have failed to maintain. So that I'm cool with. I'm cool with being here. I'm good with that. I am just I'm seeing what's happening in Europe, and Europe is going into winter right now. I'm so interested
Mm.
in seeing how they're gonna deal with the situation, man. It's like if you're gonna ask me what it is that I'm really interested in right now,
Mm.
I'm interested in the effects of this geopolitical situation going on in the world where there's a clear power struggle between the US,
Mm.
Russia, and China.
Mm.
You feel me?
Mm.
And it's interesting to me because it involves us because we are part of BRICS,
True.
right?
Mm.
But also I like the US. Like I want the US to work. I want the US in its heyday is amazing. Like think about the stuff that has come out of there. Like dude, like the music,
Mm.
the applications, the technology, the movies, the characters, man. It's like
Mm.
if you really think about it, if the US as a country fucks out, we lose all of those
True.
things. You know, we're
Okay.
not really thinking
Mm-hmm.
about that. And if you think about, if the US loses the power over the dollar, then they have very
Mm-hmm.
little else, unless
Yeah.
unless the only way I see them getting back on track again is if they start producing their own oil.
Sure, if that's even possible.
It's possible. The US was the highest um, oil exporter in the world under Trump. They exceeded Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
under Trump. And then
Yeah.
when Joe Biden took office, he canceled the Keystone Pipeline, and he canceled all of these fracking endeavors that were going on in the country, and then pushed the US back into energy dependence. So the US
Mm.
used to be energy independent under Trump, which is why their gas prices were so low. Like, there was a lot that Trump did in the US, a lot of
Yeah.
good that he did. Um, he renegotiated trade agreements with China. He 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 created brand new relationships with I don't want to say brand new relationships, but he actually was a very diplomatic president, in that he was like the first president to meet with a leader from North Korea, you know,
Mm.
Kim Jong Un. He actually went, shook his hand. Like, this is the man who he disagrees with on everything, you know,
Mm.
everything. But just to say, like, yo, you're a different country, y'all move different. Um, but it's let us not be hostile to one another. You know, we'll let
Right.
you operate how you operate, and you let us operate how we operate. But let's find some type of common ground instead of trying to be enemies. And he did the same thing with Russia, because he just believed in peace. Um, but it's obviously, as soon as he was out the picture, which is what they wanted, um, then the next stage was, go back to the status quo, which is war. And, you know, and so that's kind of what we're seeing right now, because this war with the Ukraine, bro, is the most stupid situation if you really think about it. Because I think to myself, like, bro, this is probably the most avoidable thing you could have possibly, like, this whole war was so avoidable, dude. Avoidable as fuck.
Mm.
And it's just because they were warned prior, years prior, do not expand NATO into Ukraine. If you do, I will invade you. I will invade Ukraine. If they do that, and this was something that he had said many years ago, and yet
Mm.
they kept expanding eastward, eastward, eastward. Each president kept expanding more and more eastward, and then eventually they were talking with Ukraine, and that's when Putin said, "Okay, y'all playing with us now. You want to put your missiles and your or your military on my doorstep? Cool. I
Mm.
won't even put the. I'll destroy the doorstep.
Mm.
You feel me?
Sure.
And Ukraine is not going to survive this war, dude. Like, even when I look at what's going on there, it's like, it's so sad, because they're just being used as pawns, really.
It's really
You
sad,
know,
bro. I mean, they even blew up a disability home, which was like, apparently Putin will have to stand for war crimes for that.
he's not going to stand for no war crimes, bro.
Mm.
Who's going to make him stand for war crimes?
Sure.
Who? Honestly, ask that
Mhm.
question. Who's going to make Putin stand for war crimes?
I don't know.
That's the thing. Who can make him stand? They can't even do it now. They have no leverage. They have no power over him, because um, if you really think about it, bro, a country that owns your energy owns you.
Mm.
And if Europe was relying, you look at Germany, was getting 40% of their gas from Russia.
Mm.
Europe was relying so heavily on Russian gas, natural gas, especially in the winter. Now that the winter's coming, they're gonna die. People predict that if Europe has a very harsh winter, more Europeans could die than Ukrainians in the war.
That's deep. That's very deep.
Just off of winter, bro. Winter is coming.
Yeah,
What do you
winter
think
is
is,
coming, bro.
bro?
Hold,
All that
hold on, hold on.
Putin is doing, he's destroying their energy infrastructure one by one. Boom, boom, boom. So now they have blackouts in the country. No
Mm,
electricity, no gas. You're gonna freeze. Europe
sure.
can't even help them because Europe's struggling with gas. And now the gas, the Nord Stream pipeline has been blown up, and Vladimir is not going to be giving gas to Europe like that. So what does that mean? It means gas prices are going to skyrocket, and the gas that does come will have to be transported by a ship and trucks and shit like that because the pipelines ain't going to be supplying it, which is
Yes.
going to be more expensive. Bro, I don't think you understand fully the consequences of what is going to happen right now. Like, this is insane what's about to happen, and we are not going to feel it. Trust me. As much as we can go through whatever we're going through, we will
Mm,
be fine compared to what they're going to be going on, what they're going to be experiencing in Europe in the winter,
mm,
where it snows, bro. Think about those places where it snows and you can't put your gas on. And if you want gas, you must pay crazy amounts where inflation's already through the roof.
mm-hmm.
So I just think to myself, like, yeah, bro, it's very interesting to me to see what's going to happen. And if the new currency pulls up, what does that mean for us as South Africans? Because let's say hypothetically it's a brand new currency, which is what Putin is proposing, which will be a basket of all the BRICS
Mm,
currencies. So the Chinese renminbi, the rand, the Russian ruble, India's
mm,
fucking currency, all these currencies from the big BRICS countries. Saudi Arabia is trying to join BRICS as well.
mm,
And a bunch of other countries are also applying to join BRICS. So, okay, look at all these different countries, right? Already the BRICS countries account for about 41% of the Earth's population, because that's
mm,
China, Russia, India. Those are huge countries.
mm.
Um, China, Russia, and India are nuclear capable countries, right? So they're already not countries you can't just fuck with them. You feel me? You
Mm,
really can't just fuck with them. Russia has an extremely advanced military, actually more advanced than America's military. So now, if they have this currency that's like one currency that's going to be shared amongst all of us, right? And they said that this currency is going to be backed by gold. So it'll be the first gold backed currency in
shit.
mad years, bro, in decades,
Mm,
which means automatically it'll be the most powerful currency
mm-hmm,
because the dollar's not backed by gold anymore. The dollar's
mm-hmm,
worth nothing except for what they say it is. It's a fiat currency, you know?
mm,
So, dude, if you go and look at what's going on, bro, the plans that these guys are putting through and it's already in action, the plan is to kill the dollar, bro. To kill
yeah.
the US will no longer be a superpower.
Mm,
Like, that's the plan. That's their plan, bro. And we are here in SA with our own problems, but we're really just, if you really think about it, bro, we're in the mix with Russia. We still trade with Russia. Russia is the most
mm,
sanctioned country in the world, and yet we trade with them. China still trades with them. India still trades with them. But now it's like we have to play this balancing act between still playing with Russia and the US at the same time. It's like,
mm,
you know, but what does it mean for us, bro? Like, what if, let's say, 10 years down the line, the currency has already been in circulation, and next thing you know, like, we are also just crazy, like our economy is like booming because of it. Like, so much could happen.
definitely, bro.
So much could happen,
But
and that to me is what that is what I'm excited about. And if you don't know what's happening right now in the world, shit's gonna just hit you later. You'll be shocked by everything.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hit you with the new currency. You know how many people don't know there are talks to get a new currency? That's such a big thing, dude.
And I heard about it like a while back. Like, oh, okay, let's go.
Hmm?
And the conspiracy theorists. They'll be like, oh no, the one world currency. I'm like, come on, guys.
The what?
When you hear new currency, then the conspiracy
Yeah.
theorists are like, the one world currency, and I'm like, ish, bruh, no man, come on.
Ah, bro, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm interested in right now, bro. Like,
Mm,
um, that's what I've been paying attention to, really. And
okay.
yeah, that's it, dude. Like, that's it. And I've actually learned quite a lot in just researching all of this because, like I said, man, I like to connect everything back to what it is that I do.
Mm,
And the more I have been researching politics, the more I've actually learned about psychology, because politicians play on psychology. That's how they get to amass the following that they do. So you think to yourself, like, bro, how the fuck is Donald Trump so popular?
mm,
Like, why is he so popular? What did he say and do to to connect with his audience? Connect. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Connect.
yeah,
To
I
speak
read
directly
them.
to them. That's what we need to be thinking about as artists, bro, as musicians.
Mhm. But yeah, man. And my bed is also busy. It wants to die now. But
And mine, bro.
to close off the episode, I want to say thank you for being on. You're like my first ever guest, by the way.
What?
um, Serious. It's episode 3.
Oh, shit.
You're my first guest. It's actually just a solo podcast. Me sharing my diary stories. But I did say I want to speak to like people from my past that are still with me today.
Yeah, aware,
Yeah.
bro. And
But thank
bro,
you for
like
joining.
I wish you all the best, bro, all the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, send me new music, and yeah, hopefully I get to see you soon, man. Because I'm in Cape Town right now, but hopefully when I'm that side, it's not easy. I'm sure you know it's hard for me to even see friends in Johannesburg while I'm in Johannesburg.
Nah, we'll make a
Um,
play.
yeah, man, but we've got to definitely connect, and it'll be nice to even have like a reunion type of thing with some of the homies. It doesn't have to be all of them, but you know,
Definitely. That is also in the works.
yeah. But aware, bro. Thank you so much for having me on,
For
and
sure.
yeah, we should do it again sometime. But maybe we should have like more structure because I feel like also we were just rambling. Also,
Hey man, that's cool, man. Like, that's the whole idea. Is Tuesday's worth 2J. So if it were worth me, we would be the same like this.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I try to keep it as PG as possible, bro. Because you know me on my rants, I can
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
when I really speak my mind, I'm unfiltered. But I'm on your platform right now, so
Nah,
you know,
nah, nah, it's cool. Like this podcast is not filtered at all.
oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Soon we'll connect.
Right, for sure, bro. With that, I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Please check out the episode for next week for Tuesdays with 2J. Please do follow at FiveFullSummers. Very simple to search online. And yeah, check out next week. Peace out.
Peace.